weekdays.com. Joining us now, Pete Snyder. Pete, former candidate for Lieutenant Governor 2013. I believe that he is going to run for governor in 2021, but we're a long way off from that. That's just my speculation. We still got to get through the elections in 2019, the election in 2020. A lot can happen between now and then. Pete, great to have you.
Hey, Johnny, great to be with you again. And talk to me. When are you going to take me out to see the ponies? I've never been to the racetrack with John Fredericks, and this guy needs an education.
Well, I tell you what, live racing starts. It's a lot better if you go live with me. Ann and I have a suite there on Saturday, August the 10th. Post time is 5 p.m. You and your lovely wife person should join us then. You'll have a good time. You can even bring your daughter because it's fun, because you go out and see the horses. And so that's going to be a lot of fun. And we have a couple of suites there during the season. Before it shut down, we had a box there because it's one of the most beautiful tracks in the country. But it's kind of it just never got the support in Virginia. But I think now that it's reopened, it's better than ever. It's going to be different. It's going to be a lot of fun. So you ought to come out there with us, Pete, and go for it.
Hey, and, Johnny, B. Snyder would be excited. I can't wait. So, sign us up. I'll be waiting for the paperless post from the Fraulein, and let's do it.
August 10th. Now, Pete, listen. And you're going to need to go there, and you're going to need to win some money back because you're going to have to spend money on the Tina Freitas campaign because you're going to get killed on the Freitas campaign because you're doing a match up to $2,500. Every dollar that is sent in right now, all you got to do is send it in. It can be $20, $50, $35, whatever you have, $100 to the Tina Freitas campaign. Pete's going to match it dollar for dollar. So if you send 50, it's like 100. He's going to match it up to $2,500. All you got to do is go to Tina's website.
Tina, Tina, 4 VA.com. I should not repeat that, but it's Tina, Tina, 4 VA.com. And yeah, John, it's been a bad week. I mean, I started it announcing my endorsement of Tina Freitas, who's been a longtime friend. She's just a terrific conservative leader, will be a great state senator for the 24th. And I did that on your show earlier in the week. The next day, I opened up my mouth and said that I'd match every small dollar donation up to $2,500. And it's been a bloodbath ever since. The Virginia grassroots is really waking up. We've had $10, $15, $20, $5, you name it, pouring in, and one day I got to send B. Snyder to college. So this is hurting. Good for the Commonwealth, but bad for the Snyder household.
What do we have to do? How much money does she have to raise? Make a commitment today. How much money does she have to raise today by midnight that you'll double the match to $5,000?
Well, look, I think she's knocking. I think she's knocking on the door. I heard from her campaign manager late last night. They had a banner day, but John, I don't want to weigh in on the numbers. I just hope that people open up their wallets and get online and make those donations. And Tina needs every dime. Her opponent, good man, served in the military. I didn't, but he's been a career politician. He's been in there for nearly 4 decades, and along the way, has supported every major tax increase that came along in the Commonwealth of Virginia as a big tax and spender, and we need, and that district needs, a reliable conservative vote. It's just that simple. And Tina is a rock star. You've known her for a while, John. I'm excited that you're coming to the event that Morton Blackwell and I are doing up in Arlington on the 30th of this month. And we hope that all of the lovers of freedom and liberty in Virginia come on out to the Arlington rooftop. So,
well, I'm going to
go. That's going to be a huge upset. But I predict it right here. She's going to win.
I think she's going to win too, Pete. Since you've been on board with her, I know she's starting to raise some money, and I'm going to be at your event April 30th in Arlington. I can't wait for that. And just to show everybody,
May 30th, Johnny.
May 30th.
May 30th,
right? The primary is June 11th. May 30th, I'm going to be there. And just so everybody knows how much I support Tina Freitas for this seat, because I just think it's time for change. I have to go and endure Morton Blackwell for 3 hours. The only way that I would do that is because I'm going to get to support Tina Freitas. So that right there, doesn't matter about the money. That right there shows you how much I support him. I adore him.
I'm going to be like Chuck Woolery on the dating game.
God.
You two are going to get together. We're fighting back, baby. We're going to win this in the 24th, and we're going to keep on winning in 2019. You know, it's funny. I was actually last night. We have a guy who has been near and dear to the Commonwealth, Austin Chambers, who you know well, is now running the RSLC, which is really in charge of all the state legislators across the country. He has a keen interest in Virginia, and he's going to be working with he's now the executive director of the RSLC. I'm going to be helping them out in the future, and we're going to be helping to pour some real dollars and some real lead on the target on really key Senate and House districts in Virginia. So that was a great night last night, and really a lot of good things to come for our Republican candidates, delegates, and state senators in the weeks to come.
Well, I've said this for some time. The Republicans' number one objective is they have to hold the House of Delegates. I think I personally don't think you're going to hold the Senate because I don't think you can win Dick Black's seat. I'm sure you're going to differ with me on that, and that's why we have elections. But the math doesn't work for you there. You guys are going to lose that seat. So the best you're going to be in the Senate is 2020. That's your best case. But you got to hold the House, man, because here's the problem, Pete. Just so any Republican in Virginia understands the dire straits the Republicans are going to be in if they lose that speaker's gavel to Eileen Filler-Corn. Kirk Cox is now the only viable fundraiser for Republicans in Virginia because he's the speaker. He can go to New York. He can go to Dallas. He can raise money for Republicans. If he is no longer the speaker and the Democrats take over the House and the Senate, they've won 15 statewide races in a row. There's no apparatus for the Republicans to raise any money, Pete. And the Republicans could be looking at a minority in Virginia for a generation if they don't hold the House in 2019. So my question to you is, how do Republicans, they have a one-seat majority, they have redistricting that went the wrong way for them. They got a couple seats at risk. Gordon Heisel's one of them. Chris Jones another one. How do they win in November?
Sure, John. It's about candidates and message. I just was visiting with DJ Jordan, who's from Prince William. Dynamite candidate, great conservative, African American, young professional, terrific family. He's been involved in the movement for a very long period of time. He's running in Scott Lingenfelter's old seat. Garrison Coward, he used to work for me on the Pete 13 campaign. Just a terrific guy running in the Richmond area. We have better candidates, and we're gonna put our dollars to work in a smart way and get these folks over the finish line. That's really it. If the maps certainly didn't help. But I believe Kirk Cox is going to hang on to his seat. A handful of others that are tough. Tim Hugo up here in Northern Virginia is going to hang on to his seat. But we need to win there. And another race that's really important to me that's not legislative but is important to the cause, and a dear friend of the John Fredericks Show and of mine, John Whitbeck, running for Loudoun chairman. Third biggest county in the Commonwealth, wealthiest county in all of America. John's running, outraised his incumbent opponent 10-1, raised more money than any single candidate for any office across the Commonwealth. John is absolutely on fire. I was out there last Saturday at an event for him, had a blast. He's right on the ideas, making schools safer out there, making sure that Loudoun has a clear economic development vision. His opponent doesn't. And keeping that county prospering. So if we can win with John Whitbeck and Loudoun, we can hold the House. That's going to be one hell of a year.
Well, if anybody can win that, John can. I know he's a tireless worker, and he's a great guy. So we're really we'd love to see him win that. You're on the John Fredericks Radio Network, trucking the truth across America, live in the Swamp, Washington, D.C. I'm with Pete Snyder. Pete ran for lieutenant governor in 2013. We think he's going to run for governor of Virginia in 2021. That's a long way off, so we'll have to see what happens. Pete, let's get to one of the big issues now in Virginia. The Republicans on the issue of life had all the momentum after the Kathy Tran debacle and the governor tunnels. I call him that because he can't get in or out of the mansion.
Hasn't seen the light of day, huh?
Well, he can't get in or out of the governor's.
By the way, Johnny, what do you think about that? Investigation by Eastern Medical.
Joke.
That was, you want to talk about bizarre. That was bizarre. What's your take on what happened there yesterday with that press conference?
It's a joke. I mean, look, when it first came out, Governor Northam said, I apologize. Then the next day, Pam said, no, they have no way to prove it. One guy's in a hood, the other guy is too small. So they can't prove it, so deny it. Okay, so he denies it. Now he has to get in and out of the mansion by going through a tunnel because he can't be seen in public. That's why we call him Governor Tunnels. I mean, look, he's not going to resign. Fairfax isn't going to resign. In fact, Fairfax, the lieutenant governor, he's going to run for governor in 2021. That's how defiant he is.
Oh, absolutely.
There's
no way. He has to litigate that, right? I mean,
no, he's not going to. He's not going anywhere.
He's stuck with the allegations, and of course he's going to run. And he's mad as a wet hen about what the Northam folks dumped on him, right?
Right. So
I mean, I just think, look, I got to tell you, I haven't read line by line that report, but it is so bizarre to me that the media coverage of it is, okay, inconclusive report. Well, wait a minute. The president of the medical school was a longtime friend and donor to Ralph Northam and covered it up. They knew about this for years. They stopped producing yearbooks because of the racist stuff that was happening on Ralph Northam's page. I mean, I just think this is a complete farce. You had a head of a medical school that is in cahoots with a lieutenant governor and then governor, covering it up, hiding the truth, and actually donated to the campaign. That's about as big of a scandal as you can possibly have. And what are the Democrats saying? I know the Virginia Democrats came out right away calling for Ralph Northam to resign. Terry McAuliffe did the same thing on national TV as he was saying that the Kathy Tran bill was infanticide. I mean, this is a farce. John, it was a campaign donor who was running the school who hid this from the public for as long as he did.
Well, Northam's career is over, so he's not going to resign. And so until somebody says it was him or they have witnesses to come forward, you're not going to prove it was him. And so everybody's kind of stuck with it. I mean, they're having a gala June 15th, a big Democratic gala in Richmond.
Oh, the non-Jefferson dinner, is that right?
Yeah, they changed the name.
The non-Jefferson. Yeah, you can't talk about Thomas Jefferson in the Commonwealth of Virginia.
Yeah, because
the PC police and the liberals are out to get you.
He's offensive, so they changed the name of it to the Virginia Democratic Party Gala, even though it was called the Jackson Jefferson dinner for years, forever. Now they change it. I'm going to be there live starting at 6 p.m. June 15th. But the governor's not going.
You're going to be there live?
I'm going to be there live. Yes, I've been there. I've been covering that for, I don't know, probably since 2000, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So I've done it 5 years in a row, or 5 out of 6. 1 year I didn't do it because they had it during their convention, and it just didn't. We couldn't get the logistics worked out. But yeah, I was covered live. It's always fun, and I get to have all the Democrats come on my show in the middle of the dinner, and we cover it live. And Amy Klobuchar is going to be there. Mayor Pete. He's got a good first name.
Are they going to give her utensils, Amy Klobuchar? Is she going to have proper utensils to eat her dinner? I will tell you, I think she got a bum rap, Senator Klobuchar. That whole. I don't know if your listeners knew, she was accused by some staffer dumping on her that, because the staffer didn't provide her with utensils, she was so hungry, she ate her salad with a comb, and everyone's beating her up like it's, Devil Wears Prada, nasty woman or what have you. I thought it was fairly innovative. I thought she got a bum rap, right? I mean, if you have a salad in front of you and you're starving, you've been working it all day long, no one gives you a fork or a knife, you use a comb. That's an innovative leader.
She, like me, certainly has no aversion to eating several times a day, I guess. She's a little hungry. Let's leave it at that, Pete. I don't know. I've never eaten with a comb, to be honest with you.
Well, Johnny, why would you have a comb? I mean,
that's right. Even if I wanted to eat with
your balls as the day is long.
Even if I wanted to eat with a comb.
I haven't really seen her, but I'm sure has a lot of hair and has a comb on her, and I thought it was innovative. So I think the Democrats are giving her a bum rap. All these, snowflakes out there that maybe she yelled at a staffer once. I think she's getting a bum rap. You're going to be at the dinner. I think you know this, and we talked about it, but the Pig Rig actually saw that Mayor Pete was going to be the headliner, and that Mayor Pete wants to get rid of Thomas Jefferson around the country and in the Commonwealth of Virginia. So, he laid out a challenge to the Virginia Democrats. If they can produce a arm-in-arm picture of all of our statewide elected officials and Mayor Pete and Senator Klobuchar, the Pig Rig will cater the entire event with his Jefferson-inspired barbecue.
You have zero shot at that, Pete. You have zero shot. I'm out of time.
Of all of them, and you can get it, right?
You have zero shot at that, and so the Pig Rig's off the hook, and I'm out of time.